what's going on, folks? Hopefully you can see me. If you can't, oh well. But anyway, thanks for tuning into the channel. This is Chris coming at you from the channel I Am Toys, and this is of course, another custom horror review. Make sure you hit the 4K option in the browser or in your YouTube settings. And of course, as always, like and subscribe, man. I don't want to hear that over and over again, why don't your videos have more views? It's because folks who are watching don't like the video. They either don't like it or they don't share it, man. And, that's what happens. So again, support the channel, hit the like button. Man, this figure, man, I know everybody complains about the weights in the hobby. Beta Metalli takes a while, One's Customs takes a while, but when you finally do get the finished product, man, just wow. You know what I mean? Just wow. That's all I can say. So this is a joint collaboration by One's Customs and also by Distress Labs. Distress Labs, aka Paul Manzi, did the complete dio. He added the poster that I'm going to show you in the back as well. This, I'm trying to remember if this was One's Customs or Paul, but we're going to give you both credit on that one. You get the Bob Kill that's essentially modeled after the original Halloween. Obviously, this isn't the same figure or kill scene from the Rob Zombie version. It's kind of like a concept, but either way, it looks awesome as hell. I don't think anybody's going to complain that this does not look sick, right? It's just terrific, man. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get right into it. We'll pan the figure, talk about the details and a lot of the work that Paul put into this and One's put into this, and just kind of go from there. And if you guys got questions about the figure, those of you who are on the run, if you've got questions, feel free to ask them. I'll try to answer them in the comments, and we'll talk about the movie a little bit as always as well. And other than that, man, just right off the bat, I'm blown away by this thing, guys. I'm absolutely blown away by it. And when you guys see some of the pictures of this too in the groups or on my Instagram or wherever you guys kind of follow me, you'll be able to check those out as well. But man, I know you guys just looking at it now are like, wow, man, Chris, stop talking, zoom in on this guy. So let's move in onto it, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Oh boy. So as you guys see some of the aerial shots of this guy from wide out, just the presence on this is staggering, man. He is mean. I mean, this may be one of the best figures that One's Customs and Distress Labs have ever put together that I've seen, man. Just incredible collaboration. The presence of this is just absolutely bananas. And as you guys can see, this is not my traditional review environment. You guys are probably like, where is this dude, in his damn kitchen? And yes, I am in my kitchen because there's some awesome natural light coming in through the window. And I think it's fantastic. I was trying to get some good shots of this in the basement with studio lighting, but honestly, man, in just regular lighting in the kitchen and a little bit of photography light, just to accentuate the good light that's already coming in, just wow, man. The details just come in. I can't recreate the natural light that you're getting right here. So just some wide shots so you guys can see it on the outside, and then we'll kind of zoom in on it. Kind of go up a little bit here, give you that shot from the side going up too. And again, those of you who are on the run, this is the deluxe set. You do get a tombstone as well, which is not in the picture, but they're talking about whether or not they're actually going to include that tombstone in there anymore, because it doesn't quite fit, obviously, with the dio and the overall kind of dynamic of it. Like if you put the tombstone in there, it's like, why would it be in this specific room per se in that house? So, you gotta, they're trying to weigh that out. It is a cool accessory to have. I have it in the Detolf anyway, so you kind of, you can do what you want with it. But, like actually trying to fit it in there, it'll feel a little too crowded and it won't kind of make sense per se. So, that's why they're thinking about maybe not including it. But if you still do want it, I think you can still pay for it. So, those of you guys who are on the run, just talk to Paul or Ones and, see what the plan is overall with this guy. And these are enough kind of wide out shots, I guess, probably for now. And what we'll do is, we'll cut out to the next part of this video and zoom in and start at the bottom, since that's what a lot of people like to do. We won't start at the head first. We'll show you the details from the bottom up, the shoes, and show you Bob and talk about the figure and the details and everything that went into this. So peace. I'll see you on the other cut. So like I said, we'll start at kind of the bottom. This is one of the accessories that comes with it. So if, you know, whether it was Ones or Paul, at Distress Labs, I'm not sure whose credit this goes to, so we're gonna give it to both of them. And as you go to the shoes, you know, Ones tried to add some good detail, blood weathering to it, dirt, you know, some grime, you know, stuff like that. And there's like some little like, you know, chips in the boot, you know, to make it look like steel toe boots. And I think he kind of tried to do the same over here as well, or it might have just been on the other boot. So yeah, this is just, you know, some traditional kind of weathering, you know, some blood effects. And over here you got that little chip in the boot, which is supposed to give you that, you know, kind of metal boot look, but it's not as silver as it usually is. Usually like he does a little chip there, and then you see like some silver to give it the idea that it's a, you know, metal, you know, metal tip boots, but I'm actually not seeing that now that I'm zooming in on it a little bit more, but I would imagine that was probably the effect I think originally he was going for. But not every boot also has to be metal tipped, you know what I mean? Because I had a Hobo that actually had that look, and I think the previous Rob Zombie RZ H1 that he and Tenela did also had that little silver, you know, kind of blemish or, you know, detail to make it look like they were steel toe combat boots or boots. But here, you know, this could just typically be a regular boot since, you know, there is no silver under there. Hey, that's all right. There's some great weathering and grime added to this, and just all the way around on it. I'm gonna actually move this out of the way for a second because I want you guys to see the sides. That was helping prop it up there. All right, so as you come around here, some awesome detail and weathering all the way down, man. Just in general on this figure, all the way around. And if those of you who have studied the outfit know that most of these buttons are all where they should be for the type of outfit they are. And as you guys can see, man, weathering all the way around, do 360. And I'll turn them around too, don't worry. You guys will get to see that. Let me hop over on the other side of the lighting here. You guys will be able to see this side probably a lot better. And you can see those, again, it's got some terrific weathering from top to bottom, man. Just dirty and grimy like it should be. The guy's just murdering people nonstop throughout the entire film, so it should obviously look nasty. And you also get this photo as well, you know, with him in it. That's when he was younger. You guys might remember that from the movie. The hands that I have on him did not come with it. These are some hands that I weathered with my original set. I've got some skill at kind of weathering and bloodying up, so I found some really good hands to be able to use, you know, to have multiple poses, you know what I mean? And that's what you want, right? So you do have two hands that normally come with this, a closed gripped and a kind of like, you know, snarled hand, like, you know, kind of like, you know, I'm gonna kill you kind of stuff, or look per se. And as you were going up on this outfit, man, just, wow, man. Like, I love the Tenela run. I had the RZH1, the original run that Montwain did with Tenela, and those coveralls are fantastic as well. Trust me, I like them. And I wanted to have both of these. I wanted to keep both because I really appreciated what they did with both of them. But, you know, you can't keep everything, man. You can't afford to, you know, unless you're, you know, a freaking millionaire. Sometimes you got to sell things to afford other pieces. And I had to move it on to jump onto another project. You know, I did want to keep it, but, you know, there are certain things you can part with, and I knew I was going to be grabbing one of these, so that's okay. I was able to part with my old one, and I'm definitely still happy, man. And those of you who have the original run and are on this DX run, wow, man, you guys are going to be, you guys are going to have some of the gold, the platinum incarnations of this character, man. Just freaking killer. And the sculpt. This is a new RZ sculpt from what I understand, painted very differently. And even some of the earlier versions of this were actually painted a little bit differently as well. These are custom, so you're gonna have little variations in each set that you get. I love mine because he really, really nailed, you know, that yellow kind of green rot that you get in the mask. Especially when they show the close-up shots when he first puts it on. There's that yellow kind of rot, and it's really pronounced on mine, which it should be. It's Just love it, man. Different kind of hair on this one as well. There's some variations in the sets on the hair. You know, again, these are custom, so there's gonna be some variations. Just sick, man. It's absolutely freaking sick. And I'm gonna sit down, so I'm sorry if I lose focus here a little bit, but I just wanna give you some undershots of the sculpt. Just, wow, man, like I'm telling you, just he kills it. And when you watch the movie, like this sculpt is very, very accurate to the movie. And I started to style the hair like this after the scene where he goes into Laurie's house and kills her adoptive mom. And his hair is a little bit sticking up to the right side and then kind of still hanging down by the side, you know, behind the ear in that scene. So I tried to mimic that. I like when the hair is a little bit messed up because obviously, you know, he's pretty mobile, man. He's a killer. So his hair is going to be a little jacked up in the film. And if you want to jack it up and style it even more, you can, because, you know, his hair is pretty crazy. Like when he kills Danielle Harris in the movie, his hair is all over the place. So you could recreate that hairstyle if you want to as well. Just, man, fucking beast of a figure this is. It's absolutely insane. Well worth the wait, man. I'm telling you, well worth the wait. And some of the other runs that I'm on from One's Customs, I'm excited to see how those look when they're ultimately done as well. Just freaking incredible, man. So let's show the Dio, and I'm gonna move the figure out of the way so I can show you, you know, the work that Paul put on this. And I'm gonna leave the links to Montwane's Instagram and Paul's Instagram as well in the comments, so you guys can hit them up if you have any questions or interested in anything. But let me move the figure out of the way so that way I can show you the Bob and the Dio in its full integrity. Man, I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna start doing reviews in my kitchen, man, or outside more often, because the light is just great. I mean, like I said, I could probably, I was thinking I probably can't recreate this kind of light downstairs. I mean, I can, but it's just too bright, man. It just doesn't look as natural. Like, it's just different when you have it upstairs and you got natural light coming in through the kitchen or a window somewhere. Just freaking amazing, man. But anyway, let me show you guys, you know, this, and I'm pretty sure, like, this is all real wood, man, that Paul used for this. And as you guys can see, like, there are actual, like, there's like kind of drywall, like, you know, debris, you know, kind of on the ground, you know, those little specks that you see, you know, dirt, whatever you want to call it, even sand maybe. But fucking terrific detail, dude, and paint and craftsmanship by Paul. And if you guys even look too, try to zoom on in it where I can find them, but they're like little tiny nails, dude. You know, he's got these little things in there that look like the actual nails in the floorboards. And I don't know if those are actually real nails. Maybe they are. I mean, it is real wood, so. But Paul, man, that's terrific, dude. Little nails even in the floorboards. You know, that's how the attention to detail you get from Distress Labs and Paul, man. And here's the COA that you get. You know, One's Customs, Distress Labs, DX set, Bob Kill. And obviously, like I said, this is more of kind of like a concept because it's not modeled exactly after. This is awesome. You get some holes in the drywall, like some of the electrical wiring, like you would probably see, like you know, in the wall. That's an awesome exposure point right there. You know, these are all, again, real wood, I believe, painted. And again, you see like these little, well, if they are really nails, that's again fantastic touches by Paul. And again, just damaged and weathered, because the room that they were in, where this guy dies, I think they're in like an abandoned house, if I remember correctly. I don't think they're you know, at her house, if I remember. So, you know, again, and back here you get a little bit of a glass, you know, effect. And I don't know if that's actual real glass, but let's see here. We're gonna find this out in real time. No, not real glass. I think it's plastic, but hey, still though, man, still a freaking awesome effect. And you kind of get the idea of what you're going for. And some dirt on there, could even be, you know, use your imagination, could be blood. And yeah, Paul, man, like I said, fantastic job. And Paul is the one who essentially puts the body, attaches it to the Dio when you get it. So this is the Bob figure. You see his feet kind of dangling down there, just like in the movie. And it could probably be a little higher. I think mine is attached a little lower than probably it should be. So that's all right though. Like I said, you get the idea, you know what I mean? But mine is, I think, situated a little bit lower. But and I think in the movie he is supposed to be a little bit higher. But it's not like I can't, you know, take it, you know, the connection piece out and then raise it a little higher if I need to. But I'm happy with it where it is. And some people, they had the knife going through the middle of the chest, which is generally where it should be. You know, you can modify that. Some people, if you want to. I think ones did do that for some people, or some people might have done it themselves. I don't know. But I didn't want to do that just yet, so I just put a little slit into the sheet, and I put the knife in there. So then that way, you know, how I have it displayed, which is essentially like this. You know, from the front anyway, how you guys saw in the beginning, you can't really tell, you know what I mean? It looks like the knife is going right through the middle if you're like straight on. And the way I would look at it in the Detolf, that's kind of the way it looks, you know? So, you know, that's what I did for now. Those of you who, you know, modded it another way, or ones is doing it that way for you, that's cool, man. It's win-win either way. So, you know, I'm not complaining, and there's no reason to complain. Anybody who gets this set, you know, if you need to adjust it a little bit, you know, then to your liking, and that's what you have to do. Just don't totally bastardize it. You know, so there's some wiggle room to do some things if you have to. Like I said, I might move that body up a little bit higher if I feel the need, but honestly, like I said, I'm pretty happy with everything the way it is. And I'm gonna zoom up in on the poster Paul threw in here. This is the stripper poster that his mom was working, the club that she was working at. This is the poster advertisement that you see in the movie. And it's thrown in there, kind of wrinkled up, you know, just kind of sitting around in there. Obviously, you know, that could be, you know, in the room. But it's a nice addition. You know, like I said, man, nice addition. And again, just awesome exposure points, man. And you get, when you come over here, you can see in here too, there's actually some exposure of the wires again in there. Terrific attention to detail. And ones, man, I'm telling you, nobody does blood like and saturation like ones does, man. Like you can see it, I don't know if you can see it too well, but on the feet, you know, kind of dripping down. You know, the sheet itself is just freaking bloody and nasty and grimy, man, and just fantastic. Just man, it's I don't even have a good word to describe it. it's super. Oh man, but it's just impressive, man. Just impressive. It looks so good, and then the whole piece together, like you guys saw in the initial video, man, it's just badass. So badass. So that's everything there. And like I said, man, if there are spots left, I don't know if there are, but you guys can hit up Montwain and Paul and kind of see what's up. But holy shnikes. Holy shit, man, just incredible. Absolutely incredible work. And you can see you have the stand here, but honestly, you don't even need it really, technically, because he stands well on his own. But there is a little spot there you can put the stand in, and you can have them, you know, more stationary just in case if you're worried, or you live in an earthquake zone and you're worried about that. And then I might as well show you this as well. So here he is, like I said, you know, he stands on his own. You know, no problems. No problems. But obviously, like I said, if your house or your Detolfs are prone, or your shelves or whatever are prone to shaking, yeah, I'd probably use the stand, you know what I mean? And here's the tombstone that you may or may not be getting anymore. He actually did kind of a new paint application on this. There's actually a little bit of a, you know, variation in it. And obviously, again, it's custom. You're gonna see some variation from tombstone to tombstone. You know, and like I said, they may or may not include it anymore, but if people want it, you can pay for it. And like I said, it's kind of like in the Detolf, I still have it on the side. You know, I don't keep it in the house just because, again, it kind of looks weird, you know what I mean? And not even necessarily weird. I think it'll just be too, you know, it'll feel too tight, you know, too cluttered. So, you know, you want the star of the show, you know, to be the figure, the Dio, and the, you know, and Bob here. So, you know, kind of to each their own, depending on what you want to do and display. But like I said, so let's show you the back of the figure too, because ones doesn't skimp. That's for damn sure. So this is just the back of the outfit. You know, just to show you that ones obviously knows that, you know, there should be full wraparound kind of detail, even though you're not going to display your figure from behind. Obviously, you still want it to look great. And again, just weathering and grime and dirt and blood just all around, man. Full wraparound services. Yeah, it's just terrific, man. Really terrific. You get the exit wounds, you know, the exit entries from the bullets. Back out a little bit there. And down here as well. And we'll show you a little bit more of that too on the front when I turn back around. And then we'll close out. But like I said, man, no skimping on the detail from the back either. So just want to show you a little bit more close-up shots of some of the detail on this body, man. But you look at that, like that nice entry wound right there, some blood splattering around it. You know, just the outfit in general, man, it's just so sick. I mean, like I said, I love Tenayla's outfit, man, but the paint that was put into this, the detail, the saturation of the outfit, you know, how dirty it should look, the blood is so screen accurate to the movie. And then the folds, like these little ripples that you see in the outfit, this is all accurate to the movie. Like when you watch the movie and they show long shots of him, like in the house, and a few other parts in the film, like those ripples and those folds that are in the outfit, these are all there in the movie. And that was something that was actually missing from Tenayla's outfit. Like you didn't have some of those folds and those ripples. Like it should really kind of sag like right around here. But like I said, I'm not taking anything away from that set. That set is awesome, man. That outfit is friggin' awesome. But this one is also great as well. Like I said, you know, both shine in their own ways. Man, but just look at that, man. And this is obviously not just like, you know, paint thrown on the paint. Like this is shadowed and things placed in specific areas, you know, to make it look a certain way. Shadow detail and fucking just, I mean, it's incredible. And when you look back out at this thing, I'll give you some overhead shots too, maybe. Give you kind of like a helicopter view. Like, it's just wild, man. I mean, this is the presentation you get. And again, this is all natural light for the most part. I got a little bit of photography light coming in at a direction where the natural light is already coming in from, just to accentuate it a little bit more. But this is all basically natural light, man. I got very little light on this guy. And this is honestly the best way to show this figure, man. It's just, whew, boy, man. Just freaking incredible. So that's gonna be about it, guys. I just wanted to show you guys how dynamic this shit is and incredible. And those of you who are on the run, man, the wait is real, but the wait is worth it. For real, man. Like, holy Nikes, dude. Holy shit, man. It's just a badass freaking set. Just look at that, man. And the one thing about this mask, too, is that not only is it sculpted really well and painted incredibly well, is that you actually do see his eyes a little bit more in Rob Zombie's vision when he's in the mask, more so than you do in the original film by John Carpenter. You really don't see his eyes too often. But that's one thing that they showed, is that you do see his eyes a little bit more, you know, kind of, I don't know, I think it honestly makes it scarier. You know, it's like the eyes of evil, right? You know, the blackest eyes, you know, to an extent, even though in the movie you really didn't see his eyes in the original Halloween. Even though at least the, you know, one of the call lines of the original film is, you know, he had the blackest eyes, right? The devil's eyes. But you really don't see him. And maybe that's the point, right? You know, you're not supposed to see his eyes. It's supposed to be dark as night. But honestly, if anything, I think the fact that they showed his eyes more in Rob Zombie's vision of the film, you know, that little hint of shadow and eye, just like here, I think it made it scarier. You know, kind of humanized him a little bit, but at the same time reminded you that there's a human behind that mask that's doing this. And even though he may feel kind of unstoppable, you know, it humanizes the character a little bit, which I think, again, is one of Rob Zombie's points in doing this, because, again, that's why he did the origin, you know, a little bit, to kind of show him growing up and how you get a kid who presents this way. And people were like, oh, you know, I kind of like the mystery of the original, but you know, anyone who practices psychiatry, has a little bit of knowledge in psychology, it's not really a mystery to us, because anybody who watches that movie, who has that experience, understands pretty much why someone would grow up to be the way they are, and what kind of risk factors are there, and why they do what they do. So, but that's it, guys. So again, make sure you hit the 4K option, man. When you watch this video, and make sure you like and subscribe, man. Hit the like button. Stop forgetting to hit the like button. And share the damn videos. Deuces.